Hey guys, it's Cam from Craft and Tailored, and today we are talking Speedmasters for this episode of What is on My Wrist. We're talking about a specific Speedmaster, but it's no secret we love vintage Speedmasters. I like space stuff, you know? I mean, what dude doesn't like NASA and freaking astronauts and just cool shit? I mean, matter of fact, look at this. Here's freaking Buzz Aldrin. I just opened this book. He's wearing a Speedmaster. I love Speedmasters not just because of their association to space and to the cool dudes that wore Speedmasters, but I think they're great watches. I'm wearing a pretty cool reference and a cool example that we'll get into in a little bit, but let's talk Speedmasters for a quick second. We have a really cool video on our channel, and I'll link to it in the description below, that basically it's called An Icon and a Legend, and it's just kind of a general overview of the Omega Speedmaster as a whole. So cool video to kind of check out that just gives you a brief intro to the Speedmaster as a whole, which is kind of a great starting point. Talking Moonwatch really quick, there are a lot of different variants of the Speedmaster that you can get into. So today I'm wearing a 1991 Omega Speedmaster Professional, and this is a reference 145.022. This specific 145.022 is from 1991. The caliber of movement in this specific example is an 861. The 861 movement is workhorse movement. It's one of my favorite movements. I know guys go like googly-eyed over 321 movements. Great, I love a 321. But you know, this is just a really good, accessible Speedmaster. 861 movements are manual, so it's a manually wound chronograph movement. The thing that I love about this watch is it's iconic, it's historically significant, and it's accessible. These transitional references are definitely creeping up in terms of pricing, but you can get these watches in, I would say, the low $4,000 to mid $4,000 ranges, and it's a vintage watch, it's tritium dial, it's 861 movement. This being a transitional model, we still have the tritium lume on the dial and in the hands, which I really like. This one is kind of taken on more of a kind of a creamy, kind of custardy yellow kind of patina. It's really nice. Condition is really superb on this, but it's not a mint example, it's a wearable example, which is one of the reasons why I've been wearing it. The other cool thing about this too is it does have what we would consider a transitional bracelet. So the bracelet is solid link. The clasp is kind of just their fold over, like push lock clasp. The other thing I really like about this as well is that it does have solid end links. It allows the watch while on wrist to be just worn kind of nice and a little bit more solid. It's just a nice little modern upgrade to a solid bracelet as opposed to the earlier variants being hollow link or folded link or whatever. The other thing I really love about the earlier Speedmasters, or what Omega would call like their moon watch, is the Hezolite crystal. Hezolite crystal, it will scratch, it will scuff, but the great thing is we sell Polywatch. Provide a link below. You can buff out the crystals on these things and make them look like new very easily. The sapphire, more modern or current versions of the Speedmaster with a sapphire crystal, pretty expensive, whereas these are, you know, soft, they feel nice, they have a different look, and on top of that, you can buff them out. So kind of just again diving into this one, it's just a really good wearable example. I really like Speedmasters. The case size being 42 millimeters has been that way for a really, really long time. It's not oversized by any means. It has a nice feel while on the wrist. The other thing too that's great about Speedmasters, especially, you know, some of the transitional references, pull this thing off a bracelet, you can kind of reinvent this watch over and over and over again and kind of fall in love with it again. So I really like these transitional references that kind of have like these modern accents, but are still affordable. 861 movement, tritium dial, very much accessible and kind of a staple watch. So that's why I'm wearing it this week. I'm just kind of falling in love again with Speedmasters, and they're just kind of a great all-around sports watch. Funny enough though, I was just having a discussion with my operations manager here. And I'm gonna reference a really great book. This is probably one of my most favorite wristwatch publications on a specific reference ever produced. It's called Moonwatch Only, and I believe you can get it at watchprint.com, but this is like the Speedmaster Bible. This thing is so thorough, the photography is great. Unsolicited shout out to these guys. It is awesome. There's so much information about Speedmasters out there. There are so many little different variants. This is like one of the most thorough references. If you're into Speedmasters or you like moon shit, not moon shit, but you know, not shit from the moon, but space stuff, moon stuff. This is great. I love this book. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll provide some links below to this model, which is available currently on our website, and to some other models that we get pretty frequently at craftandtailor.com. And also be sure to check us out on Instagram. We're always posting different and interesting photos that tie into the history of the watches that we love so much, and kind of pointing out new and cool things that we're getting. So make sure to follow us on Instagram as well, at Craft and Tailored. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you later.